Alrighty, Chinook fans, it's showcase time tonight. Your Chinooks are up in the big city, Anchorage, Alaska, facing off against the Anchorage Bucs. I'm Cale Duarte, joined by my partner Ryan Beck tonight, or should I say this afternoon. Your Chinooks are facing off against the Anchorage Bucs on a little bit of an exhibition matchup. Ryan, you've been here 19 years. You know what this is. Let's tell us, the fans, what exactly are we watching today?
Basically what it is, you're going to see just a lot of substitution. The scouts are here from the big leagues, and they're looking to see what the new talent is that you could see in the future in the Major League Baseball. For example, if any of you were paying attention to the home run derby, recently we had Aaron Judge. He came from this league. He played with the Pilots. So it's a little vision into how good some of the talent can be here when you come to this league. So that's why the scouts are here. They're looking for new talent. It is an exhibition game, so it has no effect on the standings, and we're just going to see high-caliber baseball because these guys want to try and play for their spot.
And high-caliber baseball we will definitely see tonight. And like Ryan was saying, we will most likely be seeing at least 4 pitchers out of the bullpen and seeing some switches behind the plate in terms of catching. And the outfield, we'll see some guys go from right to center and left to center and all that jazz. But speaking of the Chinooks, leading off is Mike Caprice. He'll be starting in left field tonight. Behind him, batting second from Auburn, Jeremy Johnson, playing center tonight. Preston White, the DH, in the 3-hole. Batting fourth, playing short, Aaron Shackelford. Playing first base, batting fifth is the big hitter, Justin Gomez. Luke Coffey, playing third base, batting sixth. Batting seventh is the catcher, Adam Rojas. Batting eighth and playing second, we have Alex Schmitz. And batting right is the Baylor Bear, and playing right field, Levi Gilcrease. On the mound for the Bucs is Cole Haynes from Eastern Gateway Community College, from West Unity, Ohio, the 6'7" right-hander. And so he'll be on the mound to start, at least, for the Bucs. And so it's going to be interesting to see all the pitching changes go on. I had the opportunity just to talk to start a conversation with a Diamondback scout, and he was asking about the Chinooks and all that was. So these scouts are here for baseball, and they're looking at the next future talent. And like Ryan, I mean, Aaron Judge, he played for the Pilots, right?
Correct.
Man, it would have been something to see him hit on these fields.
He did. He ran the home run derby we had here that you guys will be coming up here shortly.
I heard in the home run derby we'll have Preston White and Luke Coffey.
Yeah, those are the Chinook submissions.
And so we'll definitely hope for it. I know Aaron Shackelford was thinking about it, but he bowed out at the last moment. Mike Caprice here to lead things out for the Chinooks in the top half of the first of this exhibition matchup as Cole Haynes, the first pitch from the Bucs right-hander, is just a tad outside. For ball one in the field tonight for the Bucs. Behind the plate, Mason Fishback. Over at first, the big hitting Jake Veith. Over at second base, Cody Spohr. On the hot corner, third base, Will Floyd. Shortstop, Gunnar Schubert. And from left to right, Jace Vanderbrake, Ryan Williams, and David Hensley. And the 1-ball, 1-strike pitch to Prees. And that one's up high, ball 2. The 2-1 from Haynes on the mound for the Bucs. And that one's on the outside for ball 3. Mike Caprice from Point Loma Nazarene University comes into this game after going 0 for 4. A little bit of a dry spell going on. 0 for 10 in his last 10 at-bats. His average now down to 293, but he'll see what he can do with this 3-1 pitch. And he is going to be aboard as he takes that ball 4 from the Bucs right-hander, and the Chinooks are going to have a runner on first with nobody out here to lead things off in the top half of the first. You know, we mentioned it. This is just an exhibition game, but with the way the Chinooks have been playing, getting a win tonight would just do so good for confidence.
It would, and it would just, winning is fun. So
That's
it's
true.
going to be better than, losing in front of scouts, and winning's going to look, just help you feel better in general.
Jeremy Johnson to the plate here as he takes that one high for ball 1. Johnson from Suwanee, Georgia. So far this season, hitting 290. Last night against the Oilers, went 0 for 2 with 2 hit-by pitches. So he'll be hoping to put the ball in contact here. The 1-ball, no-strike pitch to the Auburn outfielder is down low, ball 2. Two-0 pitch now to Johnson at the plate. As Prees leads out first, Cole Haynes sets the 2-0 to Johnson. That's outside and to the backstop. So Prees is going to roll on over to second. And all of a sudden, the Chinooks have a runner aboard second base with nobody out, and Jeremy Johnson at the plate with a 3-ball, no-strike count.
Talk about a dangerous hitter. You don't want to hang one over the plate with Johnson. He'll put it in a gap before you know it.
Johnson, not known for his power, but if he can get good contact, as long as that ball drops somewhere, his legs will take care of all the rest of the problems. As now, after a somewhat of a long meeting, the home plate umpire going to go break that up between the catcher, shortstop, and the pitcher. Mike Caprice stands on second after that wild pitch by Cole Haynes. Top half the first here. Beautiful Anchorage, Alaska, just a tad hot.
It is a little bit warm today.
Starting to sweat a little bit in my Chinook hat a little bit. Haynes sifts the 3-0 to Johnson. Asked to find the strike zone here. And he does not. And the speedster Johnson is going to put runners on first and second for the Chinooks. Has the 6'6" DH Preston White to the plate. And like Ryan and I were mentioning moments ago, Preston White going to be in the home run derby. And I'm telling you, watching this guy in batting practice, man.
It's impressive. He can put some balls out there.
They're just rockets. As he now has runners aboard first and second, top half of the first, and nobody out. And White takes that one in for strike one. Good pitch framing there by the catcher Fishback. Having his pitcher's back right now. No balls, 1 strike, nobody out here. The top half of the first. Your Chinooks at the plate. And that one is popped high in the air. And that's going to be called by Gunnar Schubert, the shortstop, who puts that just right above second base for out number 1. And now with 1 away here in the top half of the first, Aaron Shackelford to the plate. Shackelford from the Masters University. Hits here with runners aboard first and second, and 1 away. Shackelford, with a .273 batting average, takes that one outside for ball 1 from Haynes. Now that 1-0 pitch comes up high and inside for ball 2. And talk about a guy you do not want to have to hang one over the plate for. This is the man you definitely do not want to have to come to that. The 2-0 to the left-handed hitting Shackelford. And ball 3, Haynes, early in this game, struggling with his command early. As for the 3rd time in 4 batters, we'll have a 3-ball count. 3-0 pitch from Haynes to Shackelford. And that's going to be ball 4 up high. And now the bases will be loaded here. In the top half of the first for the Chinooks, and Justin Gomez playing first base tonight. Coming to the plate. Haynes looks in, struggling early with his command, hoping to find the strike zone finally, but does not, and misses up high, ball 1. One ball, no strike to Gomez. And that's up high and outside, ball 2.
Haynes really just needs to find the strike zone. I mean, I don't think he's thrown a strike. I think he's only thrown 1 strike this entire inning.
It has not been a good command outing for Haynes as he misses up high, ball 3. Well, hey, we'll keep taking this.
3-0 again.
And we'll see here what Gomez can do. One of the more patient hitters we've seen in this league. Has a 3-0 with the bases loaded. And that is in there for strike 1. As Gomez just sat back and waited. But now we'll surely see the green light go on for the big hitting Justin Gomez. Bases loaded here, top half the first, and 1 away. The 3-1 to Justin Gomez at the plate. And a big swing and a miss by Gomez. Puts this count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Haynes sets the 3-2 here. And Gomez pops that up to the left side. Will Floyd over there battles the sun and puts it away. 2 outs here in the top half of the first. And Luke Coffey, the man playing the hot corner tonight, of third base to the plate. Coffey from Westmont College hits here with 2 outs and the base is loaded, as he looks to put the Chinooks on the board first. That one's outside from Haynes. Ball 1. Coffey hitting .238 and 80 at-bats. Last night went 1 for 4. As he looks to put this ball in the outfield somewhere to give the Chinooks a runner or 2. The 1-0. And that's outside, ball 2. Coffey sporting the traditional now 1 batting glove in the left hand.
Got to make sure no one gets taken out if the bat goes loose.
As that would be an interesting scouting report tidbit. The 2-0. And a big swing and miss by Coffey is in for strike 1 from Haynes. Two balls, 1 strike here. And that one does not break in the strike zone. And Coffey going to have hitters count here of 3-1. Mike Capri's on third, Jeremy Johnson on second, and Aaron Shackelford on first. To make it a bases loaded situation here for Luke Coffey with 2 away. And a 3-1 pitch coming to Coffey at the plate. And that's an easy take for Coffey. And the Chinooks are going to strike first as Prees walks in from third to make this game 1-0 in favor of your Chinooks. Adam Rojas now with bases loaded still after that base on balls to Luke Coffey. Rojas going to start the game in the squat tonight for at least the first half of this game. This exhibition showcase. Bases loaded, 1-0 with 2 outs. And that one is inside to Rojas, ball 1. Johnson on third, Shackelford on second, Coffey at first, and Rojas the 1-0. And he makes contact, but that sends it out of play for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike pitch from the right-hander on the mound for the Bucs to Adam Rojas at the plate. And Rojas takes that one just high, ball 2. Cole Haynes on the mound for the Bucs. Struggling early with his command, looking to finally get that third out and only allowed the Chinooks 1 on the board, 2-1. Rojas an easy take there, as that is head high for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike now to the Judson University catcher, Adam Rojas. With the bases loaded here in the top half of the first, your Chinooks lead 1-0 already. And Rojas looking to add on to that here with a 3-1 on its way.
You know he's got the green light from Growth to go ahead and swing on this one. It's going to be high, ball 4. Rojas off to first base with a walk, and Johnson comes trotting across home plate. 2 runs across now. 2-0 the score. There are 2 outs. Alex Schmitz will be the next Chinook hitter.
As after that, base on balls to Rojas. That's going to be a cause for a pitching meeting on the mound. 2 runs already scored for the Chinooks in this early top half of the first. And with the bases loaded here, still with 2 outs, Alex Schmitz, the 8-hole hitter. will be looking to extend this lead here. A right-hander, Cole Haynes, on the mound. Trying to find the strike zone. And that one is inside to Schmitz, ball one. The 1-0 to Schmitz. And that is sent out to the opposite field. Jace Vandenbrake out there going to give chase and just misses. And he slams into the fence.
That one looked like it hurt a little bit.
Ooh.
Lucky thing he didn't lay out. Otherwise, we would have possibly been wheeling out a gurney to go pick him up. But luckily for him, he hit the brakes soon enough. And there will be no need for stretchers or ambulances.
And after that foul ball attempt by Schmitz, that makes an even count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded here, top half of the first. 2 away. As Cole Haynes and the Bucs look to get out of this with only allowing 2 on the board. The 1-1 to Schmitz with bases loaded. And that is inside for ball 2. And that one's outside and high, ball 3. And for what seems, I would believe this to be the 6th time already, a Chinooks hitter is going to have a count with at least 3 balls to it. The 3-1 to Schmitz is Haynes. It looks to allow not a walk. And that is in there for strike 2 as Schmitz was ready to throw the bat to the dugout and take his base, but instead will step back in the right side of the batter's box and face a full count of 3-2 from Haynes. 2 runs already across on 2 walks for the Chinooks, making it 2-0 over the Anchorage Bucs. Bases loaded with 2 away, and the 3-2 from Haynes to Schmitz. And Schmitz is able to chop that out to Schubert, a short. Schubert barehands it and is not able to get control. And because of it, 2 runs are going to score for the Chinooks, making it 4-0. And the Chinooks going with a little bit of Little League baseball action.
Absolutely. I mean, 2 outs, 4 runs. My only question is, where on earth has this been? Can we have scouts to all of our games?
As much as I would agree with that, I would say most of the work's coming from the Bucs right-hander, as he has not been finding his spots. I mean, the Chinooks, they are being patient at the hitter, at the count, or I should say at the box, but have not really hit the ball that much, as Gilcrease, sporting the unusual high socks, almost didn't recognize him, takes that one in for strike 1. Runners aboard first and second here. Levi Gilcrease at the plate. The 0-1 with 2 away. And Gilcrease takes a hack at that one and sends that out of play, and he'll be down early. No balls, 2 strikes.
This is the first time we've seen a Chinook hitter in the hole here. 0-2, 2 outs. Pitch from Haynes. Low and outside, ball 1.
Good eye there by Gilcrease. Not an easy take on 0-2. He's protecting up there from the right side of the plate, but takes that one to the outside corner. Ball 1, the 1-2 to Gilcrease here with runners on first and second and 2 away. And, well, Gilcrease ducks out of that one, even at the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 runners on.
A little airmail there.
As we'll see here what Cole Haynes can do. 2-2, 4 runs already on the board for the Chinooks on no hits.
No hits.
And Gilcrease just stays alive after being jammed a little bit on that inside 2-2 pitch. Fouls that away to stay alive as Haynes steps on the rubber.
That's the weird thing about baseball. 4 runs, no hits. You can still technically say he's throwing a no-hitter.
That is true. I mean, if he can go through 9, he'll have a no-hitter if he keeps it up. The 2-2 to Gilcrease. And that one's chopped out. Spoor at second, who flips over to Veith, and the bleeding for now is stopped for the Bucs. The Chinooks on no hits put 4 runs on the board. That's an impressive feat. And we head to the bottom of the first. Chinooks 4, Bucs 0. We'll be back with more Chinook baseball. Bottom of the first tier is the Chinooks. And well, in the break, they switched what was an error to a hit, so the no-hitter is no longer for Haynes. On the mound for the Chinooks to begin things in this exhibition, Robert Winslow, the 6'5 right-hander, who puts that one in for strike one. Winslow in 3 games started on the mound, 2 wins, no losses, a .94 ERA. And in 19 innings, 9 strikeouts, 8 walks, as it allowed 12 hitters. And the 0-1 is chopped out to Schmitz at second, who fields it, throws over to first. And Winslow and the Chinooks have one away here in the bottom half of the first. Up to bat now, Michael Fuchs, the DH. Fuchs from Vanguard University, hitting .266 and 94 plate appearances. With one away here and nobody on in the bottom half of the first, Winslow puts that one in for strike one. The last time we saw Winslow was July 9th in a 4-3 win over the Oilers. Winslow went 5 innings, 1 earned run, gave up 3 overall, and 4 hits, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So he puts that one in for strike 2, and Fuchs has to protect here. No balls, 2 strikes coming from the Masters University right-hander Robert Winslow. The 0-2. As that one is chopped down the right field line, foul from Fuchs. We'll have an 0-2 again from Winslow. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, and 1 out here in the bottom half of the first. Winslow sets in the 0-2. And, just missed for ball 1. The 1-2 from the Masters University right-hander. He's on the outside corner, ball 2. Winslow taking a different approach than most, going all the way to the left side of the rubber where his foot is barely even touching it. The 2-2. And that one's chopped out to Shackleton at short. Fields that on a tough hop, but gets the throw out anyway. Still away here in the bottom of the first. Your Chinooks 4, Bucs 0. And David Hensley, the Bucs right fielder, the plate. Hensley, the 6'6 outfielder from San Diego State, boasts a .246 batting average and 57 plate appearances. Hits here with nobody on and 2 outs in the bottom of the first. As Winslow throws the first pitch to Hensley, and that one is fouled out. Strike 1.
Rob's just one of those guys where he's just a character on the team. I think everybody, if you need a laugh, go talk to Winslow. He'll get you straight. He'll get you laughing. He puts that one in there. Hensley swings and misses, making it 0-2 now with 2 outs.
Rob is definitely one of the... He doesn't even mean to be funny sometimes. Well, I should say he does, but it's just such a sarcastic, low demeanor. As that 0-2 misses outside, ball 1.
It's really great. I mean, he speaks what's on his mind, which is awesome.
He's a funny guy.
He really is.
As that 1-2 was chopped out to Gomez, who speared it but lost it for a moment. And the throw over to first as Winslow covers is in time for out number 3. And we added the top of the second. Your Chinooks 4, the Bucs 0. We'll be back with more baseball. Top of the second here. We're back at the top of the order. Mike Caprice, who sends that first pitch out to center. And that is going to drop in for a first pitch leadoff single. As that found the perfect place in the grass out in the outfield for a first pitch single for Prees. And now Jeremy Johnson to the plate with a runner aboard first and nobody out in the top half of the second. Through one, your Chinooks 4, Bucs 0. And your Chinooks boasting now 2 hits. So they're halfway there from having as many hits as runs. As Johnson takes that one in from Haynes back on the mound for strike 1. As we'll be keeping an active lookout on the bullpen, as I am sure we'll be seeing at least 4 pitches apiece from each team in this scouting exhibition. And there goes Priest to second. And that, Johnson is getting a lot of attention to his left elbow in these past 2 games.
I mean, I guess people, I don't know why, but they really just want to hit him for some reason. I mean, he's such a lovable guy. Like, what are you guys doing?
As he takes that one in. And Johnson is hit by a pitch. Prees was stealing second anyway, so he's going to stand there now. And now Preston White to the plate. Runners aboard first and second. White popped up to the shortstop in his first at-bat. Hits here with nobody out in the top half of the second. And there goes Prees and Johnson on double steal. And, well, back-to-back hit by pitches. As Cole Haynes is really struggling with his command right now.
I guess it's just a rib-busting fest here.
That's a good one.
Once again, the bases are loaded, and this time there's nobody out.
As we mentioned, we'll keep an eye on that bullpen while the Bucs have a pitcher running down there to get warmed up as the Chinooks have bases loaded, nobody out. And with the way Haynes has been pitching, this game could get out of hand quickly. As you have to really feel for them. I know they're opposing team, but it's an exhibition. You want people to do well in front of the scouts.
No, I mean, of course. You want them to see them, it's probably some of these kids' dreams since they were 2 to go and play in the big leagues. And here's your chance. Here's how you get seen by the major leagues. And, if today's just not your day and you have your performance isn't what it needs to be, it's really hard to watch sometimes.
As Shackelford now to the plate, takes that one high for ball 1 and takes that second pitch of the AB up high and way outside, ball 2.
I think mentally right here, he just needs to refocus and put, the walks behind him. And if he can keep throwing strikes, he's going to make an impression.
And we'll see what he can do here. 2-0 to Shackelford with bases loaded and nobody out. And that one's in for strike 1 to the left-handed hitting Shackelford. 2 balls, 1 strike now here. Mike Caprice on first, Jeremy Johnson on second, Preston White on first. To make it a bases-loaded situation here with nobody out. The 2-1 to Shackelford from Haynes. And that one is a broken bat chopped out to Spore at second, who flips over to first in time for out number 1. A run does score, so the Chinooks in the top half of the second lead 5-0. And Ryan, I agree with you. I think scouts should be at every game if this is the performance we see from the Chinooks.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been through 1.5 innings, and it's 5-0, and we have 2 hits. Like, maybe the scouts need to be at every game. To instill fear in the other team and help us play harder. I don't know. Maybe it'd work.
As that one misses up high, ball 1 to Justin Gomez here. With runners aboard second and third, with 1 away, top half of the second. Your Chinooks 5, Bucs 0. And the 1-0 to Gomez from Haynes. And Gomez hailed off that one for ball 2. Johnson on third, White on second. Gomez awaiting the 2-0 pitch from the plate. And a big swing and a miss from Gomez in for strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike. With 1 away here to Gomez. That one's low and outside, ball 3. And we'll see here what Haynes does, who has not been able to find the strike zone that much so far. If he just hangs one over the plate for a strike anyway. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count. Justin Gomez at the plate with 1 away and runners on second and third. And Gomez is going to take his base after that one misses inside for ball 4.
And 1 out, bases loaded. If you're wondering, it is a little bit of deja vu happening all over again. 1 out. Gomez on first, White on second, Johnson on third, and Coffee at the plate. Awaiting the pitch from Haynes.
Caffey, the one guy, or I should say one of the guys in this lineup you do not want to miss your pitches with, as that one hangs outside. Ball 1 to Caffey. Bases loaded.
As you were saying, Coffee, you don't want to. Yeah, watching him and BP, him and White, they can put some balls into orbit out
That's
there.
going to be an exciting home run derby with those two. As Coffee puts that into foul territory, Veith over there going to give chase, but that one's going to sail out of play for strike 1.
One now, 1 out after that foul ball by Coffee. Coffee steps back into the box, awaits the pitch from Haynes, and the delivery. Big swing and a miss by Coffee. 1-2 now. The Bucs right now are warming up someone in their bullpen. And we'll get that name and number to you as soon as possible. The pitch from Haynes, that one's going to be fouled off all the way out into the street. Parallel to the first base side here at Mulcahy Stadium. So we'll do the 1-2 all over again. And here's the pitch from Haynes. Curveball missed inside. Ball 2. 2-2 now.
Good pitch from Haynes.
It was a good pitch.
Just missed on the inside to Coffee. As Haynes not been able to catch a break so far. Let's see what he does here to Coffee. 2-2. And Coffee out to Schubert at second. Toss to second. Now the throw to first is in time for a 6-4-3 double play. Your Chinooks put 1 on the board to extend their lead to 5-0 over the Anchorage Bucs. When we come back, bottom of the second, and the Bucs coming to the plate. We'll be back. Bottom of the second here. Gunnar Schubert, the cleanup hitter on shortstop for the Bucs, takes that one in for ball 1 from Robert Winslow on the mound once again for the Chinooks. 5-0 lead in favor of your Chinooks. All on 2 hits. The 1-0 from Winslow is chopped out and into right field. And that's going to be... Oh, well, excuse me. That was a line out to right field. As the sun,
so fast we can't even see it.
Well, man, with this, I thought that was a ground ball, but instead that was just a hard line drive out to right field. 1 out now to Jake Veith at the plate. And the 1 out first pitch to Veith is inside. Ball 1 from Winslow. And V fouls that to the backstop. For strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. In the bottom of the second, Chinooks 5, Bucs 0. And Winslow, the 1-1 delivery. And V chops that to the Chinook dugout for a foul, strike 2. The 1-2 from Winslow is V. The big hitting Gonzaga first baseman steps in from the left side of the batter's box. Winslow sets the 1-2. As that one is punctured out to center field, and that's going to get through for 1 out single. And the Bucs, with Will Floyd coming to the plate, going to have a runner aboard first with 1 away in the bottom of the second here. And a Winslow missed outside for ball 1. Floyd, for a moment, had the bunt sign down, but pulled it back as he takes that one outside, ball 1. Floyd, from American River College, takes that one on the outside corner for strike 1. Floyd, a native of Alaska, from Palmer, Alaska. So far has been seen in 3 games for 7 plate appearances. Hitting 143 as he swings and misses for strike 2. Veith on first, Floyd at the plate, Winslow on the mound, sets with the 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out pitch. That's outside. Good job by Rojas to get out to that one, to keep that ball in front of him. 2-2 now. After that pitch from Winslow missed. And that 2-2 is punctured out to center field for back-to-back hits. And the Bucs have something going. With 1 away, runners on first and second after back-to-back singles. And Ryan Williams, the Cal Baptist center fielder, at the plate. As Adam Rojas going to try out to his pitcher, have a word with him here. Just to calm him down, tell him, hey, I got your back. Just find your location, put the pitch in, let your infield back you up. Ryan Williams, 196 batting average and 56 plate appearances. Hits here with runners aboard first and second and 1 away against Robert Winslow. And a swing and a miss by Williams puts a Winslow out front here. No balls, 1 strike. And once again, Winslow finds the outside of the strike zone. Firmly in the driver's seat here. No balls, 2 strikes to Williams at the plate. Winslow sets the 0-2. As that one is in the dirt for ball 1. Rojas keeps that in front of him, keeps the runners where they're at. One-two count here with 1 away. In the bottom of the second, Chinooks 5, Bucs 0. And the 1-2. And that one's out to center. Johnson going to have to charge, and that's going to drop. And all of a sudden, the Bucs have something brewing here. After 3 singles, all the center field in a row here, the Bucs have bases loaded and 1 away. And coming to the plate is the guy that should be in the Chinook uniform, solely because of his last name, Mason Fishback.
Fishback. If he makes the major leagues, that'll be a name no one could forget.
And let's see if he can have a major league swing as he chops that first pitch swinging out to second base. Alex Schmidt's going to call it. Called off by Levi Gilcrease and Wright, who puts that away for out number 2. Not nearly deep enough to bring home the runner on third. So now the Bucs will have bases loaded and 2 away here in the bottom of the second for the second baseman, Cody Spohr. Spohr, the 6'1" second baseman from UC Riverside. Spohr boasts a .305 batting average and 59 plate appearances. Last night against the Miners in a 4-3 loss, had a 2 RBI homer. As he takes that one in from Winslow for strike 1. Winslow gets the sign from Rojas. Bases loaded here, bottom of the second. 2 outs, the 0-1. And that one is foul tipped in the catcher's glove from Spore. Winslow firmly ahead here. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. The 0-2. Got him. Nice high cheese by the Masters right-hander. As Winslow walks off, we're through runs for the Chinooks. No run. We'll be back in the top half of the third. Your Chinooks coming to the plate. Top of the third here. New pitcher on for the Bucs. Tommy Kalowski from South Mountain Community College, the 6'5" right-hander. In 7 games, 17 and a third innings pitched. 7 strikeouts, 8 walks, and has given up 20 hits. As Adam Rojas, the Chinook catcher, the first batter to face the right-hander. As that one's up high, ball 1. 5-0 lead for the Chinooks here in the top half of the third. And that one's inside and low, ball 2. 2-0 pitch now from Kalowski on the mound. And Rojas chops that out to Schubert at short. Collects it, throws to first in time for out number 1. Alex Schmitz now to the plate with 1 out and nobody on. The top half of the third. As we approach the 5 o'clock hour here in Anchorage, Alaska. And Kalowski finds the inside strike zone, making no balls, 1 strike now to Schmitz at the plate. The 0-1. And Schmitz pops that up, and that's going to be called by Veith at first for out number 2. And the 9-hole hitter, Levi Gilcrease, hits here with nobody on and 2 away. We'll see here what Gilcrease can do. As he looks to start, something of a 2-out rally. Kalowski, the first pitch to Gilcrease, and that one's sent opposite field, but foul. And Gilcrease down, no balls, 1 strike early in this at-bat. Kalowski looks in, gets a sign from Fishback, the 0-1 pitch. Inside for strike 2. As Gilcrease just could not do anything. As Kalowski had good location, the 0-2 with 2 away. And Gilcrease sends that out to left center. And that ball dies. And Vandenbrink out there and left puts that away for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Kalowski and the Bucs. We head to the bottom of the third. Your Chinooks 5, Bucs 0. We'll be back with more baseball. Bottom of the third here, your Chinooks 5, the Bucs 0. New pitcher on for the Chinooks in this exhibition matchup. Aiden Stout, who drops that one into Jace Vandenbrink, the leadoff hitter for the Bucs for strike 1. Stout, so far 9 games, no wins, 2 losses, a 4.65 ERA, and a 19 1/3 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 9 walks, and 20 hits. As he finds the upper strike zone there for strike 2, and Stout comes in and starts his job off to a good pace. No balls, 2 strikes to the Bucs leadoff hitter Vandenbrink at the plate. The 0-2 from Stout. And that one's in the dirt on the outside for ball 1. Last time we saw Stout pitch was July 11th. Stout, who started that game, went 6 innings, allowed 2 runs on 4 hits. Gave up 2 walks and had 3 strikeouts and 22 batters faced. It was just a loss as the Bucs went on to win that game 4-0. As this 1-2 pitch is chopped out in the center as Johnson gets into that one for out number 1 here. On the bottom of the third, he has a second hole hitter, Michael Fuchs, to the plate. As Roaches trots out to have a word with his right-hander, tell him the game plan, ask him how his day's going. And Roaches trots back the Vanguard DH to the plate here with nobody on and 1 away. Bottom of the third, your Chinooks 5, the Bucs 0. Here at Mulcahy Stadium, home of the Anchorage Bucs. And Stout, the first pitch to Fuchs, is in there for strike 1. The 0-1. And that one is in the hole. And Shackelford going to have to hurry. The long throw to first is not in time. And that was going to be a tough play no matter what, as Fuchs hustles out an infield single to put a runner on first with 1 away for David Hensley, the right fielder, to the plate for the Bucs.
Now batting from San Diego State, right fielder number 23, David Hensley.
Fuchs takes his lead off first after an infield single. Stout checks and throws, and Hensley jammed on the inside, fouls that out of play opposite field for strike one. The 0-1 pitch from Stout. Up high, ball one. One pitch now from Stout to Hensley with a runner aboard first and one away here in the bottom of the third. And that one comes inside for ball two from the Masters University right-hander Aiden Stout on the hill. And that pitch from Stout. Low and outside, ball three here. 3 balls, 1 strike to the 6-6 San Diego State Aztec at the plate. With a runner aboard first and one away, Stout sets the 3-1. And that one is just chopped out, and Stout is going to let that roll foul. Good call there by the Chinook righty. As we'll reset, and this time have a full count of 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Smart move is Klez was already halfway down the base, or, down to first base. And preventing the runner from getting to third just in case it was a pass ball or anything.
Full count here to Hensley. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. And a runner on first. Chinooks 5, Bucs 0. In this bottom of the third action. Stout gets a sign from Rojas and the 3-2 on its way to Hensley. And that one is chopped out to Schmitz. 4, 6, almost 3. As Hensley hustles out an infield single to prevent the double play. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third with a runner aboard first after a fielder's choice. And Gunnar Schubert, the shortstop, now to the plate here. Schubert hits here with 2 outs and a runner on first on the bottom of the third. With his Bucs down 5-0 to your Chinooks, as Stout hangs that breaking ball high and outside for ball 1. The 1-0. And there goes Hensley as Rojas tried to hurry on that throw, and the ball popped out of his glove on the exchange. Hensley's going to steal second. And Stout missed inside on that pitch. 2 balls, no strikes now with a runner on scoring position in second for the Bucs. Stout sets the 2-0. And that one is belted out to left field, and this is a goner. As Ryan, that one was no doubt about it off the crack of the bat.
It was hit really hard, and it went really far over the left field fence.
As Schubert rounds the bases for a 2-run shot to make it a 5-2 lead now for the Chinooks. And Schubert, not much of a power guy, but mustered all he could up in that one. And from the crack of the bat, that was a line drive too, and that takes a lot of power to just line it out of here. And that ball got out of here in a hurry. 5-2 lead now for the Chinooks in the bottom of the third, and now coming to the plate with nobody on and 2 away is Jake Veith. And Veith takes that one low, ball 1 from Stout. And, well, we know Schubert not affected by the scouts in attendance here.
Nope, he kept his cool.
And that one finds a strike zone, evens at the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 to Veith is inside and low, ball 2. 2 runs across here for the Bucs after a 2-run homer, 5-2 lead, and the 2-1 pitch. Outside from Stout, ball 3, and Veith, one of the more dangerous hitters in this league, now has a hitter's count of 3 balls, 1 strike. I would have to assume we'll be seeing this guy in the Home Run Derby on Sunday.
I would be pretty sure on that one we'd see him.
I mean, I would be shocked if Veith is not one of the front runners in that contest.
He definitely has some power.
That's for sure. As he awaits a 3-2. And that one is chopped off the pitcher's glove, but Schmidt's able to back him up and throw to first. In time for out number 3, the Bucs put 2 on the board after Gunnar Schubert sends a 2-run bomb to left field. We're through 3, your Chinooks 5, Bucs 2. We'll be back with more Chinook baseball. Tap of the 4th here. We're back at the top of the order. Micah Prees to the plate here. Chinooks 5, Bucs 2. And Prees takes that first pitch from Kalowski in for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch up high, even up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike to Prees from Kalowski. Prees, the left-handed hitting center fielder, awaits the 1-1 from Kalowski. And that one is jammed. Prees on the inside, but able to send that out of play. Nonetheless, 1-2 count now from the UC Riverside, Tommy Kalowski. And Prees battles that one out of play. And we'll have another 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch from Kalowski. And Prees, another one battled out of play for another 1-2 foul. And we saw this last night. Prees went on a 10-pitch battle to lead things off in last night's game against the Oilers. So he is not afraid to just keep fouling and fighting balls off. Let's see what he does here. The 1 ball, 2 strike. Nobody on, nobody out pitch to Prees. And that one is fouled away again from Prees. And we have a little battle going on between Kalowski and Prees.
Prees is all about getting that pitch count way up there. I mean, that's all you can ask from a hitter. I mean, even if he gets out, if he can get a pitch count up 12, maybe 13 pitches, like that's a successful at bat.
Is the 1-2 from Kalowski is again fouled off by Prees. Well, we're at 9. As Micah Prees, or should I say the 8th pitch of the at bat. Let's see what he does here. The 1-2 for the 4th time. And finally, that one's roped, though, right to Veith at first. And Prees, after a little bit of a battle, against the pitcher. Grounds out to the first baseman, Veith, for out number 1. And with 1 out and nobody on here, Jeremy Johnson on the plate in the top half of the 4th. Inside for strike 1. Johnson awaits the 0-1 pitch from Kalowski. And that breaking ball from Kalowski. Johnson almost took the bait but held it off, but that one's in for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes now to Johnson. 5-2 lead here for the Chinooks in the top of the 4th. 1 away in the 0-2 to Jeremy Johnson at the plate. And Johnson fouls that out of play, and we'll have another 0-2 on its way. Kalowski, the 0-2 to Johnson. And Johnson fouls that breaking ball again out of play. And we'll have another 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes for the 3rd time. To Johnson at the plate from the right side. And that one's an easy take for Johnson upstairs for ball 1. The 1-2. Inside. Missed the strike zone there from Kalowski. Even count at 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Auburn Tiger at the plate. With 1 away and nobody on, top half of the 4th. Kalowski looks in and deals. And Johnson chops it out. And Floyd going to have to hurry from 3rd. The throw to 1st is not in time after Jeremy Johnson uses those legs and hustles out. A 1-out infield single to put a runner on 1st for Preston White here in the top half of the 4th. As that was going to be a tough play for Will Floyd at 3rd for no matter who was running down. But with Johnson running, it's going to take a miracle to throw him out there. And now Johnson takes the lead off 1st here. And the big hitting Preston White at the plate with 1 out. Top half of the 4th. Kalowski sets and throws to White. There goes Johnson. Swing and a miss by White. The throw down to 2nd. And Johnson is thrown out after a great throw from the catcher, Fishback.
Fishback is a little bit of a deadly threat back there and does have an arm.
As Johnson got a good jump, but Fishback, just a great throw right on the money to get the 2nd out of the inning, the 0-1 to White. And that one's in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-1 pitch now to the future Masters University product, Preston White, awaiting the 1-1 from Kalowski. And White takes that one up high, ball 2. 2-1 now. Inside as White was taking that one all the way. Takes it in for a strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on, top half of the 4th. Tommy Kalowski from the windup, looking into Preston White, the 2-2. And White chops that down the 3rd baseline, foul. And we'll see another 2-2 delivery from Kalowski on the mound. 2-2, 2-out pitch to White from Kalowski. And White is jammed on the inside, but going to stay alive after that ball bounces foul. Two to White again. And White chops that down the left field line. That's going to be fair and go all the way to the corner. White got around 1st and dig for 2nd. And that's going to be trouble for Vandenbrink in left, and White is going to dig for third. And he is going to slide in head first for a 2-out triple. And Preston White, with those long 6'5" legs, hustles out a triple.
That kid can move just a little bit.
As White lays that down the left field line, and Jace Vandenbrink down at left had trouble. And White, with good heads-up baseball, ends up at third.
Those long legs, he almost looked a little bit like a giraffe running across the Sahara.
And now future Masters teammate Shackelford will look to bring him in as he takes that one outside for ball one. Well, between him and Scott Smith, we have some long-legged runners. The 1-0 to Shackelford. Takes that one in for strike one. One ball, one strike. To Shackelford here. Inside for ball two. Preston White on third after a triple down the left field line. And Aaron Shackelford at the plate. Awaiting a 2-1 pitch from Kalowski on the mound. Chinooks lead 5-2 over the Bucs. The top half of the fourth, the 2-1 to Shackelford. And Shackelford sends that deep in left field, but out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to the Masters University shortstop, Shackelford. Klowski sets, then the 2-2. And Shackelford, broken bat, sends that to Sport second, fields it, throws to first. And in time for out number 3, Preston White gets a triple, but stranded on third. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Chinooks 5, Bucs 2. We'll be back with more Chinook baseball. As we're back in the bottom of the fourth, new pitcher on for your Chinooks, J.J. Julian, who in 12 games and 15 innings boasts a 1-3 record with a 3.0 ERA. 15 innings under his belt, 23 strikeouts, 14 walks, and 10 hits as he puts that one in. For strike one to Will Floyd at the plate for the Bucs here. The 0-1 from Julian is chopped out to Schmitz at second. Schmitz fields it, throws to first in time for out number 1. One away here in the bottom of the fourth. Chinooks 5, Bucs 2. As we're coming up on the 5:30 mark here in Anchorage, Alaska at Mulcahy Stadium. And Ryan Williams, the center fielder, to the plate now for the Bucs, with nobody on and one out. And Julian gets Williams swinging on that first pitch to go down. No balls, one strike. The 0-1 from Julian. And a beautiful breaking ball in finds the upper half of the strike zone for strike 2. And Williams at the dish. Going to have to muster up some protection here. No balls, 2 strikes from the Southern Wesleyan right-hander. Got him. 1, 2, 3 pitches from Julian. And out number 2. And Julian already off to a great outing here. And after that strikeout from Williams, Mason Fishback now to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. Bottom half of the fourth, and J.J. Julian on the hill for the Chinooks. And that one's chopped foul by Fishback for strike 1. And the 0-1 from Julian. And that one just comes high, gets to the backstop for ball 1. Even count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Adam Rojas giving the signs from behind the plate. And Julian, the 1-1, winds and throws. And that one's out to opposite field, right field. Gilcrease comes in, but has to back off and lets that one drop in front of him for a 2-out single from Fishback. And Cody Spohr, the 9th hitter of the lineup for the Bucs, coming to the plate here with 2 outs and a runner on first. His Bucs down to your Chinooks 5 runs to 2. We'll see here what Julian does. Now pitcher from the stretch. Sets with the runner aboard first and 2 outs. And that first pitch is swatted foul from Spohr for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike now coming from the Southern Wesleyan right-hander on the hill for the Chinooks. Fishback aboard first. Spohr at the plate. The 0-1 from Julian. And that one misses outside and high, ball 1. The 1-1 from Julian with the 2 outs and a runner aboard first. Bottom of the fourth here. Julian throws over to first as Fishback slides in safely over there. The 1-1. And Julian hangs that high for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike here. To the Bucs second baseman Spohr. Julian looks in and throws. And that one hangs outside for ball 3. And Julian started off his first 2 batters great. Struggled since, just a tad. And he'll try to get back on the right track here. 3 balls, 1 strike pitch to Spohr. And Julian hangs that one high for ball 4. And the Bucs are going to have runners on first and second here with 2 away. As Rojas from behind the plate calls time, going to go have a word with his right-hander on the mound. Calm him down a little bit. Tell him, hey, I got your back. Just trust me on these pitches. As we're back at the top of the order for the Bucs, Jace Vandebrake, the Gonzaga left fielder, who's hitting here with 2 away. Runners on first and second for the Bucs. Chinooks lead 5-2 here at Mulcahy Stadium. Julian looks in from the stretch, sets. The 2-out first pitch. Down low, ball 1. One ball, no strikes now from Julian. And that 1-0 pitch finds the outside corner in the strike zone. Even count of 1-1 now. Nice location and setup by Rojas. And nice delivery from the Chinook righty Julian on the mound. Let's see if he can do it again. 1 ball, 1 strike here with 2 away, and runners aboard first and second for the Bucs. Julian looks over to second, looks back, throws. And that one comes in a tad inside for ball 2. Sun has gone down. Gray clouds now here in Anchorage, Alaska.
Kind of like we say all the time. I don't like the weather. Wait
an
hours,
hour.
It'll change.
As Julian throws that 2-1, and that's out to opposite field, and that ball's going to drop. Fishback going to round third, and he's going to score. And the throw to third, the tag. Got him! As Prees out there and left. A great heads-up play as Fishback scores. But Spoor trying to round first and go all the way to third. A great throw to Prees, and Coffey applied the tag. And we're through 4. The run does score for the Bucs. 5-3 as we head to the top half of the 5th. We'll be back with more baseball. Justin Gomez here to lead things out for the Chinooks in the top half of the 5th. Tommy Klowski back on the mound for the Bucs. 5-2 lead for the Chinooks here at Mulcahy Stadium. Gomez backs away out of that one for ball 1 after Klowski missed up high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes here to Gomez. Hit from the left side of the plate, awaiting the 1-0 from Klowski. And that one misses outside, ball 2. And the 2-0 to Gomez. And that one finds the strike zone. 2-1. 5-3 lead for the Chinooks here in the top half of the 5th. After the Bucs put 1 on the board in the bottom of the 4th. As Klowski misses upstairs, ball 3. And Gomez here has a hitter's count of 3-1. As he'll look to make Klowski pay if Klowski misses on this one. Has to find the strike zone to avoid the base on balls. A 3-1 to Gomez. And Gomez out to center. And Williams out there going to go back and put that away for out number 1. And after that fly out to center, Luke Coffey to the plate. Coffey playing third base tonight. Hits here with nobody on and 1 out in the top half of the 5th. Chinooks 5, Bucs 3. And Coffey, first pitch swinging, lines that over to short, fielded by Schubert. And Klowski has a 1-pitch second out here. And now the Chinooks with Alex Crotty, who just came into the game. So Adam Rogers' night is done behind the plate as Alex Crotty comes in and is now in the catcher's gear. Comes to the plate for the first time. He hits here. The switch hitting catcher hitting from the left side. Hits here with nobody on and 2 outs. And the pitch from Klowski is in for strike 1. The 0-1 to Crotty. And that one's low and in the dirt, ball 1. Crotty, 2 outs, nobody on, awaits the 1-1 from Kalowski. And a big swing and a miss by Crotty. Puts him down 1-2. Kalowski, the UC Riverside 6'5" right-hander, looks in the 1-2 2-out pitch. And Karate takes a hack of that inside fastball for strike 3. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Here are Chinooks 5, the Anchorage Bucs 3. We'll be back with more Chinook baseball. And as we're back here in the bottom of the 5th, A.J. Sawyer pitch hitting here for the Bucs. J.J. Julian back on the mound for the Chinooks in this 5-3 affair in favor of your Chinooks as Julian misses down for ball 1. Sawyer from UC Riverside, normally found on the mound, but has been known to hold the bat sometimes. He sends that 1-0 out of play for strike 1 to even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike here. One from Julian. Just missed down low, ball 2. The 2-1 from Julian. He's inside, ball 3. Julian, the 2-1 to Sawyer, or the 3-1 to Sawyer, is missing for ball 4, and the Bucs are going to have a leadoff walk here. As Michael Fuchs now take that back, Landon Silver. Silver coming in to pitch hit as well, and this is what makes the showcase game fun. See a lot of switching and moving around to give these players their chance to showcase in front of the scouts as Julian puts that one into Silver for strike 1. Silver in 31 plate appearances from UC Santa Barbara, hitting 194, comes into this game and this pitch hit opportunity with a runner aboard first and nobody on. Excuse me, nobody out. In the bottom of the fifth, Julian throws over to first. As Sawyer slides in safely. The 0-1 from Julian. Up high, ball one. Julian sets and the 1-1. And first throws over to first. Gunnar Schubert, the cleanup hitter, on deck. So that means Silver pitch hitting for the right fielder David Hensley. And Sawyer, who is on first now, pitched hit for Michael Fuchs, the DH. And that one's high, ball two. And a swing and a miss by Silver. Evens up this count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. No outs. Runner aboard first. Julian sets the 2-2 pitch. But first throws over to first. As Sawyer slides in safely. Julian looking in his landed. Silver sets, and the 2-2 is a swing and a miss. And Julian gets the punch out there for out number 1. The Gonzaga University shortstop, Gunnar Schubert, to the plate. Hitting here with 1 away and 1 on. In the bottom of the fifth, your Chinooks 5, the Anchorage Bucs 3. Here in Anchorage, Alaska at Mulcahy Stadium. J.J. Julian on the mound. The 0-1 from Julian. And that breaking ball does not break as that hangs up for ball 1. One from Julian with a runner on first and 1 away. And that one finds the outside corner for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Schubert takes a breath and steps back in the batter's box. Julian ready to go in the stretch. Schubert hitting from the right side, awaits the 1-2 from Julian with a runner aboard first and 1 away here in the bottom of the fifth. And that one skips in the dirt. Good job by Crotty to get to that one. And that evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As the sun starting to come back out here. The 2-2 from Julian on its way. And a swing and a miss by Schubert for the second out of the bottom of the fifth.
Now stepping up to the plate, the Bucs' big left fielder, Todd Lott. With 2 away and 1 on first. Hopefully trying to make something of this and start a 2-out rally.
And Todd Lott hitting here with a runner on first. The big hitting Louisiana Lafayette right-hander. And Sawyer going to test the arm of Crotty. And that ball is going to trickle almost into center field as Alex Schmitz had to handle that throw in the dirt from Crotty. But Sawyer going to take second base on the throw. And now Julian facing Todd Lott. 1 ball, no strikes with the runner aboard second here and 2 outs. As the Bucs going with a full lineup change, it seems like. And that one on the outside, ball 2. And that one hangs high for ball 3. And the pitch from Julian. And a swing and a miss by Lott. The 2-2 pitch to Lott from Julian. And that one just misses on the outside corner. Lott leaned in and thought about it, but laid off. And this count going to be full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. In the bottom of the 5th, Chinooks 5, Bucs 3. A.J. Sawyer stands on second in scoring position. And 2 outs. Julian, the 3-2 pitch to Ty Lott. And that one smoked up to second and through the glove of Schmitz. And that's going to be a single. And Sawyer is going to come home to score. And Lott is going to be caught in a pickle now. As he was on his way to second, got caught in a pickle, and he is going to be tagged out by Gomez. Run does score for the Bucs, but that's going to do it. At the bottom of the 5th, the Bucs put 1 on the board, makes it 5-4 lead for the Chinooks. We head to the top half of the 6th. Your Chinooks coming to play. Through 5, the Chinooks 5, the Bucs 4, as we're here in the top half of the 6th. Tommy Kalowski back on the mound for the Bucs. Alex Schmitz to the plate, fouled that first pitch away for strike 1. The 0-1 is in there for strike 2 on that breaking ball from Kalowski. Schmitz at the plate, down, no balls, 2 strikes here as the leadoff hitter in the top half of the 6th inning. The 0-2 to Schmitz. And that one's chopped up the middle. Schubert going to roll over to his left and toss over to first. And safe as the throw from Schubert. Made the first baseman have to pick up his foot. And Schmitz is safe. Good hustle there by the Chinook shortstop. And now, after that infield single, the Chinooks are going to have a runner on first. Nobody out for Levi Gilcrease at the plate. And the top of the order on deck, Kalowski checks over to Schmitz at first and throws. And Gilcrease, first pitch swinging, is able to punch that out to center. And the Chinooks have back-to-back singles to make it back-to-back base runners. And Mike Capriz, the top of the order for the Chinooks, going to step to the plate with runners aboard first and second with nobody out here. And Ryan, we look at the scoreboard, 5 runs, only on 6 hits. Outside of that first inning, the Chinooks have struggled at the plate. This could finally be their chance to keep that offense roll going.
It could. And Preece is, he represents a good chance to do that. And he battles at least in net bats. Even if he gets out, he's still getting in deep counts. So hopefully we can see him come up here.
As Preece, one of the more dependable hitters in the lineup, But Lott pops that first pitch up in the infield. And that is going to be Cody Spohr over there, who puts that in his glove for out number 1. Well, I guess we jinxed him. Jeremy Johnson out of the plate, hitting with runners aboard first and second, and 1 away here in the top of the 6th. 5-4 lead for the Nooks, as Johnson looks to extend that lead on 1 pitch. And that one plops outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch to Johnson. And that's outside, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes to the Auburn Tiger at the plate. Jeremy Johnson, Alex Schmitz on second. Levi Gilcrease on first, and 1 away. And Johnson able to take that pitch in the dirt, and Schmitz going to test the arm, but no throw as Schmitz heads up play there, comes over to third on that ball in the dirt, and the Chinooks have runners on the corners here with 1 out. And Johnson with a 3-ball, no strike count will be looking at least to punch this out to the outfield somewhere to give Schmitz a chance at third. Schmitz takes his lead off third, Gilcrease off first. The 3-0 to Johnson. Kalowski has to find the strike zone here. And Gilcrease, an aggressive lead, gets Kalowski to jump off the rubber and check over to first. Gilcrease playing a little bit of cat and mouse here. Good speed over there on both bags on the corners. The 3-0 to Johnson. Let's see what Gilcrease does at the plate. And Kalowski just going to toss over to first. Show Gilcrease, if you want to run, go ahead. I trust my catcher to throw you out. And let's see if we finally get that 3-0 pitch. And here it comes. And that one is inside for ball 4. And well, Ryan, it's been a while, but deja vu again.
Yep, 1 out. And here comes Preston White. A big chance for the offense here to do some work.
White tripled in his last at-bat and the left field corner, and we would love to see that. But let's see here what White can do. Bases loaded and 1 away in the top of the 6th. Chinooks lead 5-4 over the Bucs. Kalowski to White, and White sends that first pitch in the left field, and that is going to be cut out there on a great line drive, but Schmitz is able to come in for home and give the Chinooks a 6-4 lead. As off the crack of the bat, that ball was absolutely rifled.
It was, and just sturdy moving over there.
As the Bucs left fielder, Jace Vandenbrake, was able to use his speed to get out there. But White does his job nonetheless and brings home the run from third. Chinooks 6 now, Bucs 4. And Chinooks have runners on first and second with 2 away for the big hitting Aaron Shackelford at the plate. In there for strike 1 from Kalowski. No balls, 1 strike here. Levi Gilcrease on second. Jeremy Johnson on first. Aaron Shackelford at the plate here. The 0-1 pitch with 2 outs in the top half of the 6th. And Shackelford line drive straight to Spohr at second. And that's going to do things here in the top of the 6th. The Chinooks put a run across to make it 6-4 lead. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Chinooks 6, Bucs 4. We'll be back with more baseball. Bottom of the sixth here, your Chinooks played a 6-4 lead over the Bucs as William Floyd to the plate. New pitcher on for the Chinooks. The 6'7" Savannah State right-hander Scott Smith to the plate, or on the mound here. And that win is a broken bat chopper to the pitcher, and Smith, well, good production so far. 1 pitch, 1 out. Keep that up. We'll be home in a hurry. Smith, so far in 13 games, 19 2/3 innings. 1 win, 3 losses, a 4.11 ERA, 17 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 20 hits given up. Ryan Williams now to the plate, a big swing and a miss for strike 1.
Scott Smith, just a massive human being. I know we say it a lot, but he's huge when he gets on the mound.
6'7", 235, as that ball's in the dirt for ball 1.
I guess it's just a thing to be a pitcher and be freaky tall.
Well, between him and Preston White and even Mike Batten, 6'4", 6'5", Winslow, 6'5". A lot of big boys. The 1-1 from Smith is up high, ball 2.
See, what's funny is, you know, in my search for colleges and that kind of stuff this year and looking for scholarships, there's so many random scholarships. There are scholarships for being under 5 foot.
Huh.
And there are scholarships for being over 6'3".
I'm going to file a lawsuit for my 5'9.5" foot frame.
I don't know. You could challenge it.
I would go about 2 seconds in court. The 2-2 pitch from Smith. And that one up high, ball 3. Well, Scott Smith, just talking to him off the field, definitely is savoring this moment in front of scouts. He dreams of playing pro ball in the future. And that 3-2 pitch is fouled out of play to keep this count full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th, Scott Smith winds and throws. And got him. As Smith just hunkered back, put his leg up, and threw all he got for a strikeout for out number 2. The catcher, Mason Fishback, now to the plate with nobody on and 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Chinooks lead 6-4 here as we are at the 6 o'clock hour here in Anchorage. And Smith gets Fishback to just plop that over the third baseman's head. Luke Coffey for a 2-out first pitch single. As Fishback did not get much of that, and Coffey over there, and he extended all of his 6'3" frame, but just missed it over his glove. And now with 2 outs, Cody Spohr to the plate for the Bucs and a runner on first in the bottom of the 6th. And Smith puts that inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes now from the Savannah State 6'7" righty on the mound. Tosses over to first, nothing going on. One from Smith. Up high, ball 2 from Scott Smith on the mound. Cody Spohr, the Bucs second baseman here, gotten a lot of action so far in the field. Let's see if that can translate to the batter's box. 2 balls, no strikes from Smith. And that one's chopped down to Shackelford at short, fields it, tosses over to second to get the lead runner for the 3rd and final out of the inning. That's going to do it for we're through 6th. Chinook 6, Bucs 4. We'll be back with more baseball as we head to the top half of the 7th, and your Chinooks coming to the plate. Top of the 7th here, your Chinooks 6, the Bucs 4. Andrew Newsel from Plattsburgh, New York, on to pitch for the Bucs from Canisius College as Gomez rifles that out to second. Spoor over there fields it, throws to first in time for out number 1. Newsel, out of the pen in 10 games, has appeared in 25 1/3 innings. 1 win, no loss. Losses on his record, 2.84 ERA, 13 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 23 hits. And after a first pitch ground out, he'll now face Luke Coffey here with nobody on and 1 away. As Coffey takes that one in for strike 1. The 0-1. And that ball's low in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike now. The 1-1 to Coffey. And that one's inside for ball 2. Two one now here in the top of the 7th with 1 out and nobody on to Coffey. Easy take outside for the Chinook third baseman. Hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike now to Luke Coffey at the plate. Newsel, the 3-1. And Coffey belts it out to left center. This could be trouble. But Vandebreak out there on the left going to get to it first. For out number 2. Ryan, we've seen that a lot these games. From the crack of the bat, it seems like it could be trouble, but it just dies out there in the outfield.
It does. I mean, the wind's blowing from left field into the first base dugout. So it's blowing in. So the wind's really killing it, and it is pretty strong today.
That has been somewhat of a factor here. It doesn't really show it in the score sheet. But there's been a few outs that could have been in other places or just other weather. Might have gotten down. Now here with nobody on and 2 outs in the top of the 7th, the switch hitting catcher Alex Crotty, who swings and misses to that one down low for strike 1. And a swing and a miss by Crotty. Goes down, no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 here. And Crotty jammed inside, but fouls that away to stay alive. 0-2 again. And Crotty chases that one on the inside, comes up empty for strike 3. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Chinook 6, Bucs 4. We'll be back with more Alaska Baseball League action. Bottom of the 7th here. As the Bucs come to the plate, down 6-4 to your Chinooks. Top of the order, Jace Vanderbrake to lead things off here against Scott Smith back on the mound, who misses down low for ball 1. Scott Smith, after a scoreless bottom of the 6th, back on the mound, probably will close this game, this exhibition matchup. Misses outside, ball 2. The Chinooks, after a slate of injuries, as we've seen a shortstop, right fielder, and assistant coach come on the mound for the Chinooks. It'll be interesting to see how Chris Beck manages the second half, as this ball is right under Scott Smith's glove. Aaron Shackelford has to hurry the throw to first, is not in time. As Vanderbrake able to hustle out a leadoff single, and the Bucs will have a runner on first and nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. It's A.J. Sawyer now to the plate with a runner aboard on first and nobody out. Smith sets and throws to Sawyer as that ball's down low, and because of that, ball in the dirt, Vanderbrake is going to come on over to second, and the Bucs now have runner in scoring position on second for A.J. Sawyer at the plate with nobody out. As that ball is hit to Coffey at third, who cannot handle that. And that ball, who has just popped out of the glove over there to Coffey at third, is going to make it runners on the corners here for Landon Silver stepping on the plate for the Bucs. And all of a sudden, for the first time in what's been all game, the Chinooks lead could be in doubt here. 6-4 lead, runners on the corners. Bottom of the 7th, nobody out here for Landon Silver to the plate. As the Bucs, now 10 hits in this game, will look to take the lead in this inning. That ball's down low, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Silver. And that finds the inside strike zone, evens it up. 1 ball, 1 strike from Smith on the mound. Jace Vanderbrake on third, A.J. Sawyer on first, and Landon Silver with a bat in his hand hitting from the right side awaits the 1-1 from Scott Smith. And that ball is on the outside in the dirt for ball 2. Two and 1 here to the UC Santa Barbara right fielder. And Smith puts that in, and that's fouled out of play by Silver. Evens this count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with nobody out and runners on the corners. Bottom of the 7th. Chinook 6, Bucs 4. As the sun is now firmly out and out of those gray clouds. And hopefully that does not wake the bats up here for the Bucs. 2-2. And again, that is fought off by Silver and sent out of play. And we'll have another 2-2 pitch on its way from Scott Smith in a moment. Home plate umpire gives Smith the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on the corners here for the Bucs and nobody out. Smith sets and throws, and that ball is chopped to Coffey at third. Coffey to second. The flip to first is not in time. As Silver able to hustle out to avoid the double play. The run does score from third, and this game is now a 1-run ball game between your Chinooks and the Bucs, 6-5. As the shortstop, Gunnar Schubert to the plate. Hits here with a runner on first and Landon Silver and 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. Chinook 6, Bucs 5. And Schubert takes that low, and that kicks away from Crotty. And Silver is able to trolley on over to second base, and all of a sudden, the Bucs are in business.
tying run on second base. This can get out of hand very quickly if you don't pay attention.
I mean, if you just took a look at the hit stats, Bucs have 10 compared to the Chinooks 6, and that one is up the middle. Smith was able to get a glove on it, kicks over to second to Schmitz, who throws over to Gomez at first, and that is out number 2. Silver does go from second to third on the ground out.
Now batting from South High, and the National General College, number 12, Matt Love.
And a big swing and a miss on that high fastball cheese to Matt Cly from Wenatchee Valley College. The 0-1 from Smith. And Cly puts that out in the right field, sailing foul. And that'll make it no balls, 2 strikes. (0-2) pitch, runner on third, 6-5 lead for the Chinooks. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. The 0-2 from Smith. And that hangs inside for ball 1. And the Chinooks, who had the fortune opportunity to put 4 runs on the board in the top of the 1st, hoping to escape this bottom of the 7th still with the lead. That ball is chopped in front of the plate. Crotty picks it up, throws to first. Gomez steps on the bag. And the Bucs put 1 run on the board in the bottom of the 7th. The Chinooks escape this game. Well, excuse me. I thought this game was going 9. That's the ball game.
Yep, Scout Showcase, 7-inning games.
Well, that's a win.
There you go.
And so let's reset the throw to Gomez to first, and the Chinooks win. Well, every broadcaster has a blunder. That was a brain fart of mine. This game only goes 7, like Ryan said. That's the same with tomorrow. Well, we'll be back with a quick post game after the Chinooks win 6-5. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. And hello there, Cale Duarte, joined by Ryan Beck for a quick Chinook post-game. Ryan, 6-5 win in this Scout Showcase. A good way to start this All-Star weekend. And what did you see that made you excited in the 6-5 win?
Well, it was just good to see that the guys played to the bitter end, and we're all in it to win it here. And it was good to see them play hard. So, anytime you win, it's a good day. So I appreciate that.
That's for sure. As the last 2 games, obviously, as an exhibition, this game doesn't count in the standings, but just mentally, this is a big win for the Chinooks just to kind of get that monkey off the bat. It's been a rough past 11 games, 3 wins and 8 losses. the past 11. Ryan, we were talking in the game. It was good to see. We saw in the beginning with the command and the walk. Looking ahead to tomorrow, you've seen these games for the past 19 years. Tomorrow, what do you expect in the second game? You think they'll be a little bit more comfortable in front of the scouts?
They might be a little bit more comfortable, but I would expect around the same thing. I mean, some of the guys we didn't see play today, and they're going to play a little differently because it'll be their first time. But it'll probably be about the same atmosphere.
And speaking of tomorrow, your Chinooks have the second of 2 games against the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. That game will be at 1 o'clock here in Anchorage. And against the Pilots, even though it's a non-conference game, they've been playing really well. And at the All-Star break, they're actually in 3rd place now, only 3.5 games back. They are playing now against the Bucs in about 30 minutes. So that's what I said tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be facing off against the Pilots. And Ryan, when you kind of look ahead, it's coming up. This is now talking about the regular season. The last few games have been a struggle. You've seen these. You've been around this team in this Alaska Baseball League for your whole life, pretty much. For the last 2 weeks, what can we expect?
It's a final sprint to the finish, and they got to play hard and maintain, at least 4th or better, make the playoffs. And then after that, it doesn't matter what you did during the season.
Just play ball.
It's a whole new ball game, and you can go for the championship title there. I mean, best record in baseball, the Matsu Miners, but if they lose, no one's going to remember that. They're going to remember who won.
And we will definitely be having a bitter end, as that is going to be starting back up next Thursday. Regular season play again tomorrow. Like I said, 1 o'clock game against the Pilots. We're going to have a visitor. Head coach John Groth will be joining us in the broadcast booth. And because of that, please join us at 12:45. The game officially starts at 1, but we will be starting the broadcast at 12:45 with some pregame interviews with some scouts, some players, some coaches. And John Groth, the head coach of your Chinooks, will be joining me in the broadcast booth. Ryan, any last words?
Nope. We'll see you tomorrow at 12:45.
That's right. You guys have a great night. Fish on, and God bless. Chinooks win 6-5 in this exhibition matchup. Way back tomorrow, 1 p.m. against the Pilots. Have a great night, Chinook fans.